Welcome to today's 5 on 5. I'm Kyle Aberman here, joined by Carolyn Kingsnorth from the Jacksonville
Historical Jacksonville.
Historical Jacksonville. How are you? Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, you got a lot of stuff going on in Jacksonville. One of the big things, the Beekman House. For those that our viewers may not know what the Beekman House is, give us a little bit of background.
Well, Cornelius Beekman, he came to Jacksonville in 1852 as an express rider. And from that, he built a huge banking, real estate, mining, investment empire. And he actually was probably the most prominent and perhaps the wealthiest person in Jacksonville, if not in Southern Oregon. He was also very prominent civically. He was mayor of Jacksonville. He was a 32nd degree Mason and the Grand Master. He was drafted to run for governor of Oregon, never campaigned, and lost by less than 70 votes. Overall, a very prominent man, a very prominent family. And this is the house that he built for his family in the 1870s, about 1873. It was lived in by only the one family, and it remains completely furnished with family artifacts. And so currently we are celebrating Victorian Christmas since it's that time of year. What we're doing is we're looking at how Christmas was celebrated during the late 1800s, because not only did the Beekmans come here, we had people coming from so many different cultural and ethnic backgrounds. Cornelius himself was of Dutch heritage. His wife, Julia, her parents were German. We had French, we had Irish, we had Scandinavians here, and each brought their own customs and culture with them. And it sort of all melded into our Christmas traditions. And so we're doing our Beekman House tours this Saturday and Sunday between 11 and 3 o'clock. They start every 10 minutes or so. And we're looking at the Victorian Christmas traditions that we got from all of these different cultures, and we're also looking at how the Beekmans celebrated the season.
Kind of a very unique aspect of just combining the old with the new.
Exactly. And this weekend is special because normally the day after Christmas in the Victorian era, and it continues today, was called Boxing Day. And it's actually a tradition that dates back to the Middle Ages, if not earlier. It was a day when alms boxes were broken open and the contents were distributed to the poor. It was also the day your servants were working on the holiday, and so the day after they had the day off, and they were sent home with a Christmas box as well, perhaps leftovers, bonuses, whatever, that they could share with their family. And so the holiday became known as Boxing Day. So we are doing it this weekend, although it's not the 26th. We are doing it as a tribute to Access. So normally our admission is $5 for adults, $3 for seniors or students. And this year, all admission is $2 with a canned good donation to Access.
Perfect. But we're going to take a quick break and we'll learn more about it in just a second, so stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to our 5 on 5. We are, again, pleased to be joined by Carolyn Kingsnorth from Historic Jacksonville. Thanks again so much for being here. We were talking about the event going on this weekend. Go ahead and finish out what we're talking about. What's going on again?
Well, as I said, we're doing this partially as a fundraiser for Access. And all admissions are $2 if with a canned good that we can give to Access. If you don't have a canned good, however, and pay full admission, what we will do is donate the difference between the $2 and the admission to Access as well, so that we can help them meet their year-end goals.
And we were talking during the break a little bit about, why you do this and kind of bringing history to life, right?
Exactly. Well, Jacksonville, of course, has this wonderful National Historic Landmark District. It's noted for having these wonderful old buildings, but unless something is happening in them, they're simply old buildings with dates on them. So the primary mission of Historic Jacksonville is to bring these buildings to life with programming, events, activities. Like during the summer, we have Living History at the Beekman House set in 1931. We also do different Victorian theme tours that focus on different aspects of life in the Victorian era as seen through the lens of Jacksonville and the Beekman House, a different one each month.
Perfect. So, where can people find out more information, or if they want to help and volunteer, how can they get involved?
They can go to our website, which is www.historicjacksonville.org, or they can also call 541-245-3650.
Perfect. Carolyn, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.